Honor Flight is an opportunity to fly veterans to Washington, D.C. to see their memorials that stand in their honor, and it's totally free for them.
I became involved around 2018 with Honor Flight. My parents are both World War II veterans, and my husband was a Navy veteran of the Vietnam era. And this was an organization, they were looking for volunteers, and so I signed up.
Our first flight went out in November with a mere 58 World War II veterans. And the gentleman that started that program knew that I was highly involved with the American Legion Auxiliary. He called me 24 hours before the second flight and said, "Hey, Amy, what are you doing tomorrow?" He had a guardian that dropped off and he asked if I could do it. And of course, I dropped everything because I wanted to be part of this mission. And that's all it took was that one flight in the spring of 2009 to get me sucked into this program. The Honor Flight program actually started out for the World War II veterans because it was their memorial that was actually built 60 years after the end of World War II.
They tend to pick anybody that is a World War II veteran first, and then they go down the row, Korea, Vietnam, and it's completely free to the veteran.
It was pretty incredible to see all these memorials, Vietnam Memorial, World War II Memorial, the Women's Vietnam Memorial, through their eyes. As a first-timer to Washington, D.C., it was pretty incredible experience.
We're able to go see Vietnam from there. We try to be prepared on our bus ride there to locate names and panels so that our veterans know where they're going to find their comrades.
There are escorts there and there are people there helping you, and do you need anything? And we're going to push your dad because you're going to push him all day.
They always need ground crew, and that's people to help put wheelchairs on their buses or off of buses.
Unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity to take the flight with my dad. My dad was a World War II Army veteran. My late father passed away just shy a year before the Honor Flight program started. But on all the flights, he goes with me. And I look at that plane full of veterans and all I see is my dad.
I submitted my dad's name. He's a Navy Vietnam veteran. I know personally my dad was just so excited and really just wanted to do this trip.
It is much more than just seeing those memorials. What we're seeing now is more of a healing process to these Vietnam veterans. There are veterans who have told me if it wasn't for the Honor Flight program, they would still be holding on to these ghosts that are inside of them. There's a lot of Honor Flight magic that happens behind the scenes, and it's not just the memorials anymore. Calling the veterans to tell them they've been selected for a flight, what a great opportunity that is.
So they called us and then surprised my father. The head nurse, Kim, called my dad himself. She got the chance to actually call my dad and say, "You've been selected to go to Mission 20. And then from there on out, we went and we visited the Korean War Monument. We went to the Vietnam Wall. And that's when I really got to see my father get very choked up because he had the opportunity to thank his comrades that didn't make it home.
We do a mail call on each and every flight, and we try to reenact mail call because we know how important it was for those veterans when they came back.
He was so proud of the fact that he had the most amount of letters when he got off that airplane. He kept saying, "Do you see how many cards and letters are in this envelope?" They had to actually give him 2 envelopes because there were so many.
They get read over and over and over again by our veterans. They carry them with them wherever they go. There are so many opportunities for our American Legion family to take part in this. First and foremost, if you haven't attended a homecoming in your local area, please do that. It's one of those bucket list things to be able to shake the hand of a veteran and say to them, "Welcome home and thank you to your service."
He loved the welcome home, and that was a huge part of what Honor Flight really is about, making sure that these veterans get a welcome home. They did this beautiful ceremony. My girlfriend and I dropped him off at, he was in a nursing home. He was very tired, so I put him into his bed, and he woke up in the morning and saw his favorite aide, and he said something about how he was tired, and she said, "Well, tell me all about it." And he said, "I'm tired. I'm gonna take 2 bites of oatmeal and I'll tell you at lunch." Laid down, and unfortunately 13 and a half hours after his honor flight, he passed away. So I think that was the moment that we realized this was such a gift that Honor Flight gave our dad, that he got to have his last mission, and his mission was complete.
I promised my dad on his deathbed that I was going to do something in his honor. So every flight is a tribute to him, and it's a tribute to all of the veterans that we serve. This is what our organization is about.
Have your veterans sign up for Honor Flight. It's an amazing experience. This was an opportunity that our dad really looked forward to.
Honor Flight to me is an opportunity to help our veterans heal from the scars of the war that they fought. I'm honored that they did that for me, and if this is a little something that I can give back to them, that's why I do it.
The most important thing is, as an American Legion family, is when we see our veterans to thank them for their service. But the second thing is to ask them if they've been on an honor flight, and if they haven't, assist them with getting signed up. But let them know that this is an opportunity for us to say thank you to them and to show them the love and support that they so well deserve.